Take care of your mental health. Take control of the cards that you was dealt. You can make it far, hey, don't doubt yourself. Every time you fail, just take it as a win. Keep in mind we all learn real.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the CayVin Universe podcast. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with us this week as we, go over some topics. Hopefully you enjoyed last week's episode, our main topic about 15 theories of death, so go check that out if you haven't. But Caylin, what's been going on?
Nothing much. I think, we're just kind of still trying to get the week started after celebrating for Mother's Day. Why are you slapping my dumpling?
Oh, yes. We'll get to that right away. Started fidgeting with that. But yeah, how was Mother's Day?
Mother's Day was good. I felt appreciated, and I definitely relaxed. You made sure that I did not have to lift a finger.
Yeah, I was like, you just do it the next day. No,
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
Basically, no.
Like that, man.
No, it really wasn't. But no, it was really good. It was just good, soaking into motherhood as I do all the time. But I just felt like, it was just a good day to just sit back and enjoy like the peaceful part of it.
Yes.
It's always chaotic, so it's good to have like the peacefulness.
Nice. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. This past Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Mm-hmm. What did you think of the Kevin Hart roast?
Oh, hilarious. Anybody who's saying otherwise is a little wussy.
I know, like, it's like people
there is kind of bad backlash on it.
There's always been roasts like that, and people always go hard on roasts. I don't understand why people act like this. Obviously, they didn't grow up. The people that are hating on it are obviously the people that didn't grow up on the Comedy Central roast of like Charlie Sheen and Pamela Anderson, Flavor Flav. So, I thought it was, pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like if there's not like, people think like, oh, the jokes are too harsh, or, if there's not oohs and ahs, I feel like it's not a roast. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
If you're not reacting, I feel like the roast did its job because of how people are reacting. It's just people are just too sensitive, I guess.
Yes, and you don't have to agree with everything that's said. That's the whole point. No. Like there's, there is going to be times where you're like, oh, that was and like you kind of want there to be times where it's like, damn, that was but it's still kind of funny. So
yeah, that's what it is. At the end of the day, that's what the comedy's all about. I feel is like being funny. So it's like it costs nothing to just laugh and move on with your life.
Yeah, your battery's low.
Oh,
but yeah. So and then on top of that, another people hating on Euphoria right now because of the whole. I mean, basically the whole season revolved around Sydney Sweeney's titties.
Take them titties out because I'm trying to see them.
As a director every week. It's like, people are hating on that latest scene where she's like, it took a year to build that miniature city.
Oh, yeah, where she's like
running
Godzilla.
Through. Yeah, she's like Godzilla and she just puts her boobies through the window. It is like, I see both sides. I agree with people. Like, it was pretty unnecessary because, like, I don't know, maybe I've told you this before. Maybe we're getting older. We're becoming more parents, but we're like, do we really need nudity and everything? Like, there was a time and a place for that when it was, like, still taboo to do that in movies and shows. Like, oh, did you see that showed her nipple? But now it's like, what's the point? If you really want to see them, just Google Sydney Sweeney. Like, it's really not, I don't know, it's really not worth it. But then I see the other side where it's like, it's really no big deal. Like, like the girls there, they might come after me. The girls that are worried about their boyfriend seeing it and stuff. And it's like, okay, come on.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line too, especially as like being one of those, like, wives that I feel like doesn't get like annoyed with that. Like, it's literally on the TV. Like, really, like, it's not even that big of a deal. And so the fact that like there's girls out there that are like that insecure.
If you're insecure about your relationship where your boyfriend can't see fake boobs on the screen for 1 minute, and then on the flip side of that, if your dude can't handle it and like he gets all
it's like, you really get aroused with something.
Yes,
like that?
It's literally
whatever. Yeah, if you're watching Euphoria, like anything that is shown is like not even enough. I feel like for anybody to get aroused. So it's like. Weird.
Yes, that's why I just go back to it's just best just take it all out. Just take it all out. Like, it's really not needed in the script.
Yeah, for real.
But then look, we're talking about it, and that's the number one thing everyone was talking about. Maybe if that wasn't in the episode, nobody would have been talking about the episode. So
that's true.
Other than Rue being her head sticking out of the ground.
Yes.
But like, see, maybe that's exactly what this is for, so people can talk about it.
I feel like we'll talk about Euphoria again. Come back after the season finale because there's only like 3 or 4 more episodes left. I feel like it went by so fast, but
oh damn,
yeah, it's already almost there, and I feel like the finale is gonna be worth talking about. They've already said it's gonna be like an hour and a half long, which is like the longest episode of Euphoria ever. And I think it's the end, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's the series finale. I'm pretty sure it is, though, because they can't do much more after this.
Yeah,
so
what can
they
they
gotta
do?
go. What can they do? They can kill off Rue. That would be so devastating.
Well, I mean, that would be
Be
the way to
sad.
end the show,
That's
honestly,
literally
though.
that's a good way to bring up like a theory real quick before like the end is. Like I said, we'll revisit it after the finale, but a lot of people are speculating that because Rue is narrating this whole like season, that at the end it's gonna show like, oh, you're probably wondering like, how I ended up in this situation. You've heard that,
Oh,
right? And it's
gosh.
literally gonna show like her grave or something
Oh,
like
or
that.
they pull a Casino. Casino, one of the greatest movies ever made. They pull a thing where Joe Pesci is literally narrating everything, and he narrates it up until he starts, like, they start attacking him because he basically got. So he's literally going to meet the guy on the sticks, and he's like, "Yeah, I went there to meet the sticks." He's like, "Whatever, they don't get me." Boom, and then the narration just cuts off as he's talking. As soon as he gets, and then they start. So like,
I
if they
feel
pull a
it's gonna be
Casino,
something
that
like
would be pretty cool.
Yes, I feel like you're pretty invested now, right?
Yeah, actually, after hearing that, I was like, oh, now I'm kind of curious. See, from
Yeah.
an editing, producing, I don't know, directing standpoint, I want to see how they do this.
Yes, yeah.
How they
Well,
maneuver this ship.
while we're on the topic of shows, real quick, I do want to bring up that we did start a new show, if you haven't watched it, called Widow's Bay on Apple TV. And I mean, it got you hooked like within like a couple of minutes of watching.
With my ADD mind and how I am, if it doesn't get me hooked in like 2 minutes, and luckily I saw the perfect 2
did.
minutes, I was like,
Yes.
oh, started
Yeah.
sitting on the edge of the bed. I'm like, oh, what is this?
Yeah.
So yeah, that got me hooked in.
Yes.
Especially I just love the eerie like hotel vibe, and then you got all these like cursed things going on the island.
It's so good. It just makes you like speculate, like how we were like saying like, oh, this is definitely that, and then it ended up not being that. Like they literally make it a mystery the whole time. They really live up to their genre.
Yeah, that's really
For
cool.
sure.
So yeah, that's a good one. Keep watching, keep looking out for. We still got so many shows to finish. We got to finish Orange Is the New Black. We got to finish. We got a whole list of movies we need to watch. So
we never even watched Unreal.
Oh yeah,
That's kind of like far. I mean, that's like gone, right?
Yeah, well,
We'll have
just
to wait
because
for
we
the
knew,
next
like,
season.
it was just because, like, yeah, like I was telling my brother, like, a lot of things you just see so many clips on TikTok, you're like, okay, I practically saw it.
Yes, I totally. Yes, for sure.
But some of the crazier things you see on TikTok. Like, yeah, sometimes the algorithm will get messed up. I have to do like a
I
full.
go to visit.
I'll just
yeah.
like swipe for like 20 swipes just to do a full reset.
Yes.
You know.
I gotta
So-
put my dumpling away.
Oh yeah, your little dumpling.
It
You
needs
never
to be
talked about
steamed.
that.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
We just went into we just stopped to get gas, and you
random
came
gas
out with a
station.
dumpling. And you said it's rare if you get the glitter one, and then
Yes,
you got
I
it
got a
first,
glitter one.
first pull,
Yep.
first mythical pull.
So yeah, this has been my my
I'm gonna have to
support my what do you call it?
support dumpling.
My emotional support dumpling. Yes.
Wow, that's funny. That's funny right there. I got all these sounds, but I never know which one to use. We got to change up the soundboard. I just thought ones that we would use, but I don't know about this.
I smell butt ass.
Or, the classic.
That's what she said.
So we'll add more to this.
Yeah. I bet Red Band didn't take Red Band. It wasn't overnight that he learned how to use his soundboard. It probably took a while
Yeah.
for him to realize. Because there are sometimes I feel like he like presses stuff so fast. It's like, how did you even know?
Right, true. Season 7, introducing a soundboard. No, we had one in the beginning. Sorry, I need to pet your little...
It's Lola.
That's how I smack your...
What?
We need to just cut some of this out for Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, patreon.com/CayVin. That is so... but it's so hilarious. That's like my favorite brain rot clip. And that was like one of the first AI clips I remember. Every time that comes across my For You page.
Speaking of AI,
What?
can I play a video?
Oh, yeah.
So this college professor gets booed at a graduation commencement for praising AI. Check this out.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution. Oh, whoa. What happened?
You know what happened.
Okay,
I know, she does.
I struck a chord. May I finish? a few years ago, AI was not a factor in our lives.
She's like, oh, what's going on?
Yes.
If you're smart enough to be up there speaking, you know what's going on,
It's
lady.
like, what? Who paid you to say that?
Yes, you know what's going on. Literally, yeah, who paid
Oh
you
my-
to say that? Jesus.
Don't even say anything. Okay, what were we
That's
talking
great.
about?
No, this lady just like immediately turns and looks for support. And she's like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah, like who are you looking for to save you? You didn't run that speech by anybody and think like, maybe these smart college graduates who are freshly educated know more than me.
Yes, I understand AI is supposed to be a tool to help, but as I've learned before, I had a major problem where I had to dig deep and really, I guess, I regret tested the limits AI, and you just realize that AI is still pretty dumb and
Yeah.
still pretty useless because we should be thinking and doing a lot of things and putting things together for ourselves. Because if you expect AI to do it, then chances are you're gonna get it wrong.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times.
Heavy on the dumb, honestly.
Yes, when you have to pull the. Did you not hear me? Oh my god, I hate when they're like, "Good catch." They're like, "It's this," and I'm like, "No, it's not. It's literally
Yeah.
this." And they're like, "Oh, good catch, Vinny."
So
I
why didn't
haven't
you tell me
used
that
it.
in the first place.
I have not used ChatGPT in like weeks after they threw the whole good catch. Like, that's what I mean. I saw a comment and I used it and it literally worked. And because I haven't been back on it, was like start asking ChatGPT about something you're real knowledgeable in,
Oh yeah.
and you'll see how much it gets wrong.
Wow.
So
Well, yeah, there was. Yeah, I don't even want to get into it, but there was just plenty of times that I could think of that you're trying to have a conversation and it just like keeps steering you in the wrong direction. It's like, what is the point of you?
and you literally have to reset it sometimes and be like, whoa, okay, let's go back to
Yeah.
what's this and this.
Scratch everything I just said.
Yes. Yeah. But ass.
I smell butt ass.
Anyway, what's going on with this whole cruise drama? So there's one cruise that, you had this whole outbreak of a new type deal. What's it called? The
Hantavirus.
yes, and then you got Disney cruise ships getting raided for rings. So you would think that the other one is a distraction from the Disney cruise. That's what people are speculating because there's only been like very few odd videos that came out about that
Yeah.
hantavirus cruise. So I don't know what's going on, people.
Yeah.
We're gonna do new pandemic or what?
I don't know. I think like you said, they're just trying to scare us. I mean, I think it's hard to believe that only one person out of the entire cruise ship has access to a mobile phone and knows how to upload a video, because there's like not very many like footage or like videos or updates of people who were like on the cruise ship, because now that ship is docked and empty. Like everybody's already been left out, which I don't understand how they were able to do that, but they let people in, especially back into the United States, and I don't know what it is from here, but yeah, I think it's just all a big scare.
I don't know. They already proved with. They already no. Yeah, I don't know. They already proved with the last pandemic that they can control us and we'll stay inside and all that. And looks like now they're trying to do it again, or maybe something, maybe nothing. Like these UFO files, everyone's like Project Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam. I used to always think like, okay, like if you're over here shouting or writing Project Bluebeam in every UFO comment, it's like you don't even really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like where you're thinking about Project Bluebeam, it's actually way deeper. But now I'm starting to come back around like, oh yeah, they are probably going to use a fake alien invasion to try to control us, which is exactly what Project Bluebeam is, especially with AI. And they're going to try to pull some Mysterio type shit from Spider-Man with drones and whatever. Like I just feel like the whole world's going crazy. Or is it just me? It's like we're just talking about, is it my algorithm I need to refresh, because I just feel like everything.
You do get some pretty crazy stuff.
Yes. And it's like I just feel like everything that I see and everything's coming out, and of course you have to take everything with a grain of salt. I know that, and you have to put your own mind and judgment into things too. But it's just like from the UFOs to just how this country is being ran or who's really running this country. To of course the fouls that people are just, the more bullshit that comes out, the more they just try to cover that up, and it's like shit, nothing was ever done and nothing's probably going to ever be done, and it's just really like, yeah, like I said, I feel like I'm going crazy, and I know there's other people out there that's like, you tell everyday random day people this, and we had this last time we went out of town. We're literally explaining and going into it. We don't want to sound like conspiracy theories, but like as gentle as we put it, like what's going on with the country, what's going on with these files, and you tell people this, and they're just like, oh, okay. And I'm just like, bro,
Yeah.
like, what? Because I understand everyone has the same thing at the end of the day. Why I still got to go to work? Why I still got to pay bills? And it's like, that's exactly what they want. And we're, there's maybe at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do. So fall in line and they win. So that's,
right. Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. I just hope that, it's just like, I really can't get around like that, like main point of like that they're like trying to scare us, or that they will like plant stuff, because like I genuinely think like we're humans, so like the fact that they'll like plant stuff in our head, or like even as far as like plant stuff in our food, or like to purposely make us sick, that like is like, that's what freaks me out.
I used to always think about that because I would hear things like that growing up, and I would think, there's no way they would do that to us. It would, it'd be investigated and people would be put away. There's no way. And then you find out like, oh, there is a way for these mainly just corporations and stuff to get around with anything they want to do.
Yeah.
It's sickening, but like I said, we don't like to get into that topic, but we kind of did, because it's like, what else are we gonna do unless they're, swing back around to these UFO files, unless they're really trying to use this to plant the seeds and like slowly get us used to, what's the word? Get us adjusted. There's another word for it, but I'm drawing a blank right now. But yeah, just to, like I said, plant the seeds and slowly give us information.
Right. Yeah. Like how they release all that the UFO files, and like I feel like it's like not being talked about as much as like it should be. People are still trying. Like I know they're trying to like steer us away from certain things, but people are still like staying firm on like, no, we know what you're doing. Like,
yeah. Well, we were talking about swinging back around. We were talking about the cruises with the Disney cruise and stuff, but I saw a post that apparently Raven Simone threw shade at Miley Cyrus, that Miley Cyrus doesn't belong on the Mount Rushmore of Disney. What do you think about that? Who would be your Mount Rushmore of Disney?
My Mount Rushmore of Disney would probably be definitely Miley Cyrus. Like that's the first one. Like Hannah Montana. Like I have seen that. I have seen all the seasons multiple times. Hannah Montana for sure. I would also say, maybe, let's see. Well, I like Dylan Nicole Sprouse, but I don't know.
Can they do a 2-for-1?
Yeah,
2-for-1? Can they be
count
one?
as one?
Can they count as
Yeah, but
one?
I mean, and I hate to say, I hate the fact that Raven's saying this stuff about Miley, because I would consider Raven also.
She said like Klay Thompson should be in her spot.
Who?
Is it Klay Thompson?
Klay Thompson.
Not Klay Thompson. That might be a basketball player.
I think Klay Thompson. Oh, I think you mean Lee Thompson.
Lee Thompson.
Yeah. I didn't even know who that is, honestly.
I think he passed away a few years ago.
Okay, well.
I mean, you can honor people in a way. You don't have to put them in a Mount Rushmore to,
Be so for real.
Yeah, okay, so you said Miley, Dylan Nicole is 2-for-1 special.
Yes. Oh, even Stevens, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf, see?
Yes.
I think she did say Shia LaBeouf's on there too.
Okay, well, see, then I'm okay with that. I just I just feel like.
What about like Selena Gomez or something? Because I that is mainly your list. I never really. I was more of a Nickelodeon kid, sadly.
Yeah, but I feel like I would love to give it to Selena Gomez. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like she was more of like later. I remember when I was in like.
Show.
Yeah, I remember when I was in like my like young days. It was always like That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, even Stevens, and of course Sweet Life, Zack and Cody, which is like why I bring up the twins. So, but Wizards of Waverly Place, that came later, so I wouldn't really put that. It would be like putting Zendaya, because she was in a Disney show, but that was later. You wouldn't put her in the Disney Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? I feel like Selena Gomez is kind of on that same level. So.
Okay, yeah, Zendaya, I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see,
Bella Thorne.
She's
another one.
Well, no, see, because Disney was always my last resort, but because if nothing was on Nickelodeon or Comedy Central or MTV, VH1, whatever, Cartoon Network, And then Disney. Then I'd be like, what's on Disney? And usually was something like Hannah Montana or Even Stevens or Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So yeah, or That's So Raven.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the like Impossible and stuff? Oh no, that's Cartoon Network.
No, Kim Possible's Disney.
Oh yeah, see.
Yeah, but that's animated. I feel.
Yeah,
like.
true.
You can't really put, as much as maybe you put them in the Hall of Fame or something.
Hall of Fame.
In the Disney Hall
yeah,
of Fame.
see, Lee Thompson's in the Disney Hall of Fame, but
Yes,
Mount
for sure.
Rushmore. So
Yeah,
so
not
who again?
discrediting Lee Thompson at all.
So who again would be your 4?
So I would say, still Raven for sure. Hannah Montana, Shia LaBeouf, and then I would do 2 for 1, and I would do Dylan and Cole Sprouse.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah. Not the Brenda song.
Would you have Would you have a Nickelodeon Hall of Fame?
Ooh.
I mean, not Hall of Fame, Mount Rushmore.
Well, see that's hard because like, would you do Drake and Josh's number as
I would do
2 for 1?
2 and 1. Yep.
And then, dang, that's a good one.
SpongeBob is.
Well, see, if you're talking animated, then yeah. I mean, of course, if you're talking animated, it's like SpongeBob. But then there's hard ones like Cat Dog and.
What about Jimmy Neutron?
Rocco's Mountain Life on there. Yeah, Jimmy Neutron. See, yeah, animated. It's
Timmy Turner.
It's hard. Yeah, Fairly Odd Parents. God, see, I would say Mount Rushmore animation would be SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, and see, I would have to do a throwback one because I think Cat Dog was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what about Johnny Bravo?
That was Cartoon Network.
Oh.
Yeah. Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh yeah, Dexter.
I'm not gonna lie, I watched a few Powerpuff Girls in my day. Just when it was on, something was on. If nothing else was on.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure when I was young, when I was a kid, Dexter was my Hear Me Out.
Yeah. See, and there was All Real Monsters on Nickelodeon.
Sounds familiar.
Dexter was your Hear Me Out. Wait, I just skipped over that one.
Dexter, when I was
I dressed
a kid.
up as Dexter one year for Halloween for like a volunteer thing at
Oh wow.
the Boo Bash.
Oh man.
That's probably where we met in another timeline.
No, yeah,
You're
Dexter.
like, who's that Dexter over there?
I was 10 years old. I was like, Dexter might hear me out.
Oh my God, not the Dexter might hear me out. Oh, see, speaking of Hear Me Out, back to the Nickelodeon Mount Rushmore, you put Britney Spears is Jamie Lynn Spears on there.
Oh yeah, Jamie Lynn Spears.
See, Drake and Josh, Ned Schneebly, or I don't know his last name. Ned is from Ned's Classified.
Yeah.
Drake and Josh. Yeah, Jamie Lee Spears.
Mm-hmm.
What were the other animated shows? I put like one of the Naked Brothers band or something. Or
Oh,
Big Time
yeah?
Rush.
The Wolf Brothers.
No, there was another good show that would come on. What was it?
Victorious.
No, I didn't really watch that. Or was that Disney?
No, that was Nickelodeon.
Yeah, live action Nickelodeon. Yeah, it was like Drake and Josh. Oh, iCarly. You'd have to put Drake and Josh and
Miranda Cosgrove.
Cosgrove on
For
there.
sure.
Yeah, and then Jamie.
Jamie Lynn Spears.
Yes, and then
I think you keep wanting to say Jamie Lee Curtis.
I know, right? And then what was the other one I said? Oh yeah, Ned from Ned's
Yeah.
Classified Exclusive Vibe. Good.
Yep, and Cookie. Can't
the
forget Cookie.
not the cookie. Now they're all want to be podcasters. Ayo. But anyway, yeah, that was a good one.
How you been out here and how you get like this?
I'm good.
You wanna do drugs?
No,
So why you sitting on the ground?
I'm waiting for the bus.
Pardon me. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
People are saying that milk is expensive that he has, so yeah, he's definitely not homeless.
That
but
was
again,
like oat milk.
again, my favorite brain rot. Anytime that pops up, he's like, "Why are you homeless? Why are you sitting out here? I'm waiting for the bus."
Wow.
He's like, "Pardon me."
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally, what the caption is like, mind your own business.
Right. You should start a business and then mind it.
That was a good one.
You know.
That was a good one, babe.
What is this?
Oh, we finally got our answer with the wet ball. Look over the shoulder.
On
he
her phone.
evades. Oh, you've got to be
Been dangerous,
aware.
do something
That
you do.
spillage, major spillage, direct shot.
And then she's
a
all
direct
pissed.
hit to the beer.
He's like, oh my god,
You
I
buy
spilled
another
my
one?
beer. No,
think you bought another
exactly.
one,
I
right?
don't know why. One thing, I don't know why she's acting like she can't buy another beer. And second of all, she should have just been watching the game, okay? And it's not something I would do, okay? Be paying attention.
Spillage.
All right? You sit in front row at a basketball game,
Right.
and why are you looking at your phone?
True.
Dumb bitch. What?
She got the major spillage. What's going on with New Orleans?
Man,
There's like moving.
they're going to be underwater.
Really? You think so?
Apparently, yeah. Like they're... Is this it? Oh no, you didn't upload the video that's in? Oh. Yeah, no, New Orleans is the sea level is like getting really really bad. Like people are literally standing on the sidewalk and they can like look
Oh
up.
yeah, see, that was the video. Yes, it was,
yeah,
like,
where I
moving.
sent you like that ship or whatever. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's just like I feel like climate change and evolution, I guess, of the world.
Evolution of the world.
Evolution of New Orleans is
Very,
crazy because eventually I feel like at the rate that they're going, people they will have to literally relocate. New Orleans would be known as like the dead city.
Whoa.
Nobody would be able to live there.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I mean they're already so prone to hurricanes and stuff like that. It's like I really don't know why people choose to live there.
Well,
as we come from
love it.
Corpus.
There's family history. Yeah, see, it's family history. People, it's their place. People like it. Speaking of which, you should move to Puerto Rico. Like Speed Story. We were watching these little, I guess, coastal.
He just
tour.
finished his Caribbean.
His Caribbean.
Oh,
tour.
this coconut water cold as hell. It's washing down everything I just ate. Yeah. That shit's so good.
Hey, every time that's all he did this tour.
Chat, Puerto Rican food might be number one.
Says, he's just having an eating channel.
A mukbang.
He's saying Puerto Rican food might be. He says that everywhere he goes, their food's number one. But I do like that he always finds a KFC no matter what country he's in. To
Yeah,
try
I feel
it.
like he always has to have a drumstick.
What do you say? Jamaica had the best KFC.
Yeah, Jamaica. When his dad showed up in Jamaica, that was like the big thing.
That's a cool thing to do when you're traveling too. It's like, okay, at least have one spot that that's why they have like, KFCs around the world and McDonald's on the road. So when you're traveling, tourists can have a, familiar place to go to.
Yeah, something familiar.
Yeah, I would like to do like all the Burger Kings or something.
Ooh.
But
I
I'm
would
sure
do all
there's
the
not
Taco
many.
Bells.
Yeah, see, but I'm sure those are not many. See, if you want to talk worldwide, we should we'll look that up next episode. Like how many, like what's the main worldwide locations?
Probably from what we've seen is KFC.
Or McDonald's, yeah.
Or McDonald's, yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, there you go. It's a good little catch up app,
Good little app.
Good little catch up app, people.
Yeah.
But yeah, send in. Well, hopefully next episode we'll either have a guest.
Yes.
We're trying to work around a guest.
Yes, we
a
are.
good guest. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
So either we'll have a guest or we'll have another topic episode like we did last week. So yeah, this was a little in between. We're trying to do this little news, reels, catch up episodes in between, and then give you, the bigger episodes every other week. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say too. It's just like, we just like to deep dive on stuff. So if there's anybody listening that has like an idea of something that they just want us to just like go off about, like, we love to, find out all the information and just talk about it. So just let us know.
Nice. Well, yeah, we appreciate it. Support the show, like and subscribe. Of course, share. Support the show by going to patreon.com/CayVin or going to CayVin.com, buying some merch.
Yes. Oh yes, buy our merch, people. They buy our merch.